All right, friends, we continue with our 2024 print reviews. Now, if you happen to miss last week's video where we reviewed Art Beat Studios metal print. What's funny is I thought it was supposed to be a canvas print. So you have a closet full of a bunch of prints that I have reviewed to kind of kick off 2024. There's a handful of companies where I do have metal prints and canvas prints. Actually, no, Artbeat was the only company that actually I had ordered a metal print and a canvas print because, as I pointed out in last week's video, I had no idea. All these years I've always ordered metal prints from them, and I saw that they had canvas prints, so I ordered a canvas print, and I thought that's what I was opening up last week, and it ended up being the metal one, and so we're going to separate. We'll probably do the canvas print with them next week or the week before. I don't know. We'll see how it works out. But if this is your first video, let me get you up to speed as far as what we generally do. See, 5 years ago, we started doing these canvas print reviews, and we started adding metal print reviews and so forth to help you folks out there go make better educated decisions in terms of what print you're going to order. See, in a minute, I'm going to crack this box open. This is coming from Large Metal Print. Now, I'm going to crack this thing open. I'm going to share with you A to Z, from the packaging to the frame, the colors, literally A to Z. I'm going to try to leave no stone left unturned. Now, you may agree with my opinion. You may not. But ultimately, at the end of the day, if you go out there and spend your hard-earned money on a print from this company or any of the other companies that we review, you have a good idea as far as what your money's going to get you. And that was our answer to many of you coming to us. You'd go to Google and type in best metal print, canvas print, or whatever it may be, and just trying to make the best decision that you could. So, at any rate, that's what you're going to see here. Now, this year, what we've done, which I shared last week or last episode as well, over the years, we have seen quite a handful of different questions when we do these sort of reviews. Last year, a lot of you were really hammering us on seeing more prints that were, as a result, are taking with photos from your smartphone. So this season, that's exactly what we're addressing right off the get-go. I have a bunch of prints that I ordered with photos that I've taken from my smartphone. And we're going to crack this thing open here, and we'll get this part. You know, I always look at this and make sure it's not already open, and I go slamming it, and I'm going to cut myself. And that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to crack this one open. Now, this is another California-based company, family-run, which, of course, I'm a big softie for. These guys did a really good job last year. It was a Norway shot that we did a test with them. It turned out absolutely beautiful. Now, that shot was taken with I think that was a Nikon Z7. Either way, it was taken with a large mirrorless camera. So, all right, so let's crack this thing open. So what the hell? Oh, interesting. All right, so we can see right off the get-go, we have, again, what are these, Caleb?
Poppets.
Let me get this out of here first, and then I'll continue on with that. So they have the print in here. Box quality, again, it's a box. I wouldn't say it's heavy duty, but it doesn't necessarily need to be with how they have the inside right there. But it's a sturdy box. But back onto the bubble pops here. So if you missed last week's video or some of the prior videos, I keep joking around when I see companies using these things. 2022, my son, who was sick from school, came in and he saw these. And he calls them bubble pops, and it's a dad moment. But as we can see here, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of these bubble pops up on the top. And then what I absolutely love to see, what companies print, how they package things like this. So we can see that print is taped to this, and that's recessed in. So if this takes a side impact, this print's going to be good to go. And this is really more important, or seeing like this is really more important when you, like with canvas prints. Metal prints, yeah, this is a metal print. Got it right this time. Last week again, I totally screwed it up. And what's funny is as I'm editing that video, I'm like, man, how did I not know that was a metal print versus a canvas print? I wasn't paying attention. I was more focused than talking with you folks. But anyway, canvas print, seeing something like this is more important, but regardless of the print, you'd like to see, make sure that it is packaged really well for obvious reasons. Look, FedEx, DHL, UPS, they're drop kicking your print from wherever the hell it's being printed over to where you are or wherever you may be drop shipping it to a client. I put this away too early. So anyway, that is really nice to see that packaged that way. Now let's crack this thing open. Okay. Boom. All right. So now we have the print. Again, we have this foam padding wrapped all the way around this with quite a bit of that moving tape. I don't know if that's the official name for it, but I'm going to call it. And as I've said many times over and over again, being the fifth year that we've done these reviews, you would be amazed. All you have to do is watch some of the older videos and you can see some of the crazy stuff we've seen, from footprints to boxes, of course, with these big gaping holes in them. We've seen everything. Oh, I remember this shot. Super cool. Again, the theme with these photos are printing from photos taken with an iPhone. This, okay, very cool. Let's take a look at it. This was a shot, so a few weeks ago, I went up to Big Bear, and I was going to be doing a camping trip up there during the first major snowfall that they got. Well, long story short, they ended up having I left my office with the intent to get up there and be on camp by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I left here at 1 p.m. Long story short, as I'm heading up to Big Bear, they had an avalanche up there, and there was like 4.5, 5 feet of snow. There was cars that were buried in it, and I was stuck right in the beginning of the pass. And I was originally told it was going to take 2 hours to be able to get on through. It ended up taking 5 hours. So I didn't get to location or trailhead until about 8:30 at night. And so this is me heading off into the abyss, into that trailhead. This was the first trip that I actually had to bail because the snow is so deep. It was about 2.5 feet deep. And I have 37-inch tires on this particular truck. I was aired down to 9 PSI. I changed in the back. And in the back of the truck, I had probably a good 500 pounds of weight, but I was just losing power. Anyways, it was a long day. I was still under the flu, and so I decided to call it quits. But I got out, and I absolutely loved the frame with this. You have the glow of the red from the tail lights. You have all the searchlights in the front, creating this white illumination on there. You have a little bit coming into this tree right here. It ended up being a really cool shot. I really like this. But again, one of the first things that I'm going to be doing right now with this, and the reason why I chose this shot here, was not only was it obviously taken with my cell phone again, but also we have these big dark colors here. So one of the first things with black is, or any large color like this, I'm looking at these areas right here to see two things: noise. I'm also looking for any sort of banding or wonkiness. If a printer is not calibrated properly or isn't clean or just has something going on with it, you'll see some weirdness of banding and so forth. And that is what I have, this light right here that I'm kind of bouncing off of there, looking for little bits, see if I see anything going on with that. I can tell you right now, this looks absolutely stunning. The cool thing when you have like a dark color like black, if it's done right, you can fall into it. And I can feel I can just stick my hand into this photo right here. Damn, that really turned out nice. Okay, so I am now going to rub my hand around the outside of this, because believe it or not, I don't advise people doing this because I have had prints where the edges were almost like a sawtooth. They were sharp. So if you do this, be very careful because the edges can depending upon where you get print from, can be sharp. And so what I'm doing here, again, I'm leaving no stone left unturned for you folks. And the edge feels fantastic. The corners have a nice subtle bevel to it, so it's not something that if your kid grabs the print or you go grabbing it, not paying attention, you're gonna stab yourself. All right, let's flip it over. All right, I'm going to this base right here. So this is one of those, I think this is one of those foam. Yeah, so this is a foam right here. All right, so one thing I can tell you right now, there's no blemishes on this piece right here, and I'm looking around the edge, which we will measure here in a moment. And okay, that looks fantastic. Now, what I'm looking at right here, a few things I'm standing out, if I can hold this straight, a few things I like. I like the little rubber nubs on this here. This is nice. When you put it up against the wall, it keeps it off the wall a little bit. Interesting. And so they put a steel plate or aluminum plate over that part there, which is really nice. Okay, the back of this looks pretty darn slick. Now let's just see if they manage to get that center. Come on. Okay, 1 inch. Okay, so they've so far everything is okay. 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. This is a inch and a 1/16, so it's just a tad bit longer on the top, which is, many of you watch may say, Alex, a 1/16, come on, really? Again, I'm gonna leave no stone left unturned. Now, okay, let me just, they did a nice job on this. And what I'm going to do here, one part that I don't see here, and one thing that I was kind of stalling a little bit there is, downside with this plate here, I can't see, because usually on the back of a print like this, you're going to see a ChromaLuxe badge on the back of this here. And I don't see that. You know what? I'm curious about something. This is the other print. It was over on the wall there. So of theirs, and I think, yeah, okay, so this is, yeah, there's the ChromaLuxe badge right there, and it looks, I'm near certain. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find out, just to verify that this is ChromaLuxe. I know this is the other print that I tested with them last year, and we have the ChromaLuxe badge there. So the downside is, with this big old chunk right here, I don't see it, and I can't verify that. I will, and it's funny because you have to often shift the metal around in order to see it. I'm hoping that I might be able to see. Oh yeah, yep, that's not gonna move. Okay, yeah, I don't see that. Okay, I will find out whether this is ChromaLuxe, and I will put it on the screen here. All right, let's take a look at the scorecard for large metal prints. All right, friends, there you go. Large Metal Prints did a great job on this print. Again, this is the second of our 2024 photo print reviews taken with your smartphone. That sounds really chunky. I really need to figure out what we're going to call this. But anyway, point made. If there's questions that you have on this print or any print or companies that you would like us to test, either send us an email or leave me a comment down below. But these guys did a really good job on this. I think next week we'll probably shift things up a little bit. We'll do one of the canvas prints. Who knows? But anyway, any questions, let me know down below. And if you want to see more videos like this, check in our description as well. I'll have some links to some of the other videos that we've done. But friends, that's all I have. So I will see you during the next video.